Old ears.
Can you hear us? Bless you. Excuse me.
No, stay away from me. I don't need that.
Table talk.
That should be up live.
Are you sure about that?
Yep.
What's wrong?
Alright. Now, for me,
Wait,
Now what do you do? You break it again?
I don't know what he did.
Why do we always have these problems? Why didn't he have this ready first whenever we get going? Well, yeah. I told him that before we even got here.
fix the sign behind it. It's at an angle. Alright. We're live.
Are you
It's
sure?
working. Yeah.
Woohoo!
You sure we're live?
I don't know. Am I alive?
Except that now it's driving me nuts because it's delayed in here because of being recorded, but it's working. We got some.
Aww.
So I'm unplugging mine. Well, I'm not going to unplug it. I'll just hang it. Alright. There.
Are you sure you got it all set?
Well,
Yes,
according
I'm
to
sure
this,
I got it all
one.
set, I think, this time.
Technical difficulties.
Yeah, leave it up to technical difficulties. But, you know,
Yeah, leave it up to you.
if we weren't a podcast just starting out, you know, and not always learning
What do you mean
and
just
growing,
starting
there
out? We've
wouldn't-
been in.
Alright,
Just
always
about a
learning
year.
and
Year.
growing.
About a year at least.
All right, always learning and growing. We wouldn't have technical difficulties if we weren't always learning and growing and
if
adding
we actually
something
had a
new.
regular studio where we wouldn't have to put everything away and we could leave things the way they were, we wouldn't have a problem.
Right. Right. Let's see who else is joining here. Oh, Mark's joining.
But that's the difficulties of being a small podcast.
Well, we're having fun. That's all that matters.
Hey,
Oh,
if you
sure,
don't have
yeah.
Well,
fun,
that's the
what
whole
are you
thing.
doing?
You know, we want to have fun doing this. This is one of the
Yeah.
reasons I started you on this crap. Give you an out to go to, something to occupy your brain with, and try to have fun doing it, and not be so damn
All right.
serious all the damn time.
Well, not only that, give him something to do during the week that
That's my point.
Today we
I
have
work.
so he
You
doesn't
work.
get bored.
He's here by himself.
Yeah.
normally.
Today we have no topic. This is what we're going to call table talk. We're just going to talk like we said earlier before, and you didn't see this part, it was off camera. But we should have had the camera on before we started because we were sitting here having a lot of shit and giggles. And I know you haven't seen a giggling shit yet, but we'll find you one so that you can see it real soon, okay?
I'm looking at one right now.
I saw a giggling shit, and it was even dancing
Really?
at
Mr.
Walmart.
Hanky.
Mr. Hanky.
No, it was a dancing.
There was.
giggling
It's because of that new slime
you know,
shit.
little
They're
stuffed
putting it in
animal
like a
poop.
little poo dispenser. Yeah, I thought about buying one and sending it to my brother since he's got the poop
Oh,
fetish.
yeah, that's kind of.
Yeah, it's shaped
Hi,
like
Ashley.
it's shaped like a little pile of poo, and it's
Hi, Ashley.
Are you paying
find it.
attention to who's popping in?
No, you
Why
did.
not?
You did. Hi, Ashley. And it's like that slime.
Well,
Remember
so
when
she
we were
popped
kids,
in.
the slime came in like a little trash can looking thing. Now they're getting it in all kinds of containers, all kinds of little colors. And I'm thinking, oh, God, it's probably green and diarrhea looking.
Yeah, you didn't
and
wear your shirt today,
Dwayne
'cause
would
you wore
probably love
yesterday.
it. Thank you. Yeah, you want
Yeah,
one?
Lisa didn't wear her shirt today.
Yeah,
She
Kayla
wore-
wants
she wore
one
it
too.
yesterday. Yeah, Kayla told me, asked me where her shirt was today.
Ah,
I told her we are going to be getting them made.
Yeah.
We got to find a place.
I was
we
gonna
can
say
get
we
them
got
done.
I have to look into a place in Heartland that might be able to do them the way we want them done.
Lily a shirt.
Huh?
Yeah,
We need to get Lily a shirt too.
Oh yeah, that'd be cute.
yeah, a little tiny one. Little tiny paranormal hunter, huh?
All right, we got 3 on here. It's me, Ashley, and I don't know who else.
You know, that would be something else, you know, to get a whole bunch of people starting to wear our
Hey.
shirts.
Who else is watching? Do you
it was-
even have a way of knowing?
I can see. It was the first one that joined was Lee Hample, then you, then Ashley.
Oh, okay. Now it's down to 2 again.
So somebody's having issues.
Yeah, it'd be,
Anybody.
yeah, it could be.
I've been watching much of all anymore.
Yeah.
Well, we
Yeah,
really
you
don't
would.
have a topic
Well,
right away.
I'll tell you what,
We're just
Ashley.
kinda screwing around.
If we find a place that makes them cheaper than made these four, Lisa's not wearing hers, but we've got
I
four
had
of
mine on
them.
yesterday.
If we find a place, because we're looking for a place, because we like the way these turned out, but we got a different idea, just a slight
No,
different.
I want it. I want a place that can actually
blend the
blend the
color,
color
like
down.
like our original
like
logo.
like we did on our
Right, right.
on
I
our-
get it.
like you did on our thing, on our-
Right, on the
Yeah.
like the original logo.
Yeah.
So
'cause that's
we're
what
gonna
I want.
we're gonna go with that, and we're hoping that they'll be cheaper. And if we do, we'll make sure we get you one.
But I want this emblem with Insane Asylum. I want that on the back in big. And then you can put the website like where it's at, up around it or whatever. But have the small
Yeah, and still
with the
have a
blended
small
color
one here
with the
too.
blended color, and it say Insane Asylum on it.
Yeah, this could be a little bit bigger on the front.
Yeah, it could be slightly, but
yeah.
I like the size of it here because it's
Yeah.
about pocket size.
Yeah, right. But you got to have, I suppose right above or below the website, you need
Yeah.
a bigger version of that whole thing there. It
But
would
I
look
want
nicer on the
this
back and stand out
Bigger,
more. Right.
blended in the back with the
That
the
would,
Insane
yeah,
Asylum.
because you
It
still
would
have
look
to have
good.
the website there so they know where to find us. Even though we can be found on iTunes and all of those places. I lost my list here. Just to throw a little punch out there. You
You got a typo on this,
iTunes.
by the way.
Yeah,
See,
iTunes, Apple Podcasts,
our
SoundCloud, Radio.com, Deezer, Spotify, and
We
TuneIn,
didn't do the
Radio
intro, by the
Public,
way.
Stitcher, and Castbox.
When I did the intro, we didn't have the sound.
Yeah, I know we lost sound, so you can
So-
do the intro now if you want.
So, it's like Utterly Insane Productions presents The Insane Asylum with Mark and Joe.
Wait a minute.
Unfortunately, Mark's not, or Joe's sitting over here, so it's
Yeah,
not
this is Tanya. So I suppose I could say The Insane Asylum with Mark and Tanya,
There you go.
where they talk about
Well,
UFOs.
today
paranormal,
it's different
unexplained
now. Today you're
conspiracy
talking
theories, and
table
more.
talk. So
You
it's
never
whatever
know
it's
what
on.
we be.
What will be
What-
said next?
Wow, dude, there's all kinds of fucked up
Well,
shit
then
on
you
here.
fucking write it.
Like here, where they, and that should be where we.
Look, I never said I was a
Typo.
fucking English major.
And you never know what will be said next. It should be. You never know what they will say.
and this comes from somebody that has a lot of spelling errors in his own right.
I never said I was good at spelling or English.
But yet he's criticizing mine
English.
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 It's English.
How you spell that?
Inga is INGA. Inga. Lesh is LES.
too. Point proven. ENGLISH.
Well, hang on now. That's my word.
English.
Inga Lesh.
That word don't exist.
Okay? That's my word. I didn't
Oh, so
say
you made-
English.
So with your own. Oh, that's right. He's a different species, right?
I
So
didn't say English.
He's got his own language.
You said
now, too.
English.
I said English.
I forgot. He's got his own language now.
It's INGA, Inga,
It's kind of
Lesh,
like Pig Latin.
LESH.
You got to learn to speak Mark.
It's kind of like
English.
Pig Latin.
Speaking Mark.
That's why you two.
Read between the lines.
That is why you two get along so well, because you each have your own language. Oh my!
We have our own language
Yes.
blends.
Yeah. And you don't even have to speak; you can read each other's minds.
Well, that's part of my species.
Are you sure you're doing the paranormal, not the abnormal?
Could be a little bit of both.
He's abnormal. I'm immortal.
Are
Learn
you
the-
sure?
Learn the difference.
Are you sure I'm abnormal or Abby normal?
Who knows? You got a
Ab-
crush on Abby
Abby
now? Is that what it
normal?
is?
Abby normal.
What is Abby normal?
The person's brain that young Dr. Frankenstein put in the Frankenstein monster.
That's Abby Normal.
Abby Normal.
Okay.
Did you not watch that movie?
What movie?
Probably not.
Frankenstein.
Young Frankenstein.
Nope.
Gene Wilder, Mel Gibson
Igor.
movie.
Not Igor. Igor.
No.
Igor, yeah.
Igor picked
yeah,
out
I
the
remember
brain
that.
and it said Abby Normal on it.
Is that what it said? I haven't seen that movie in fucking forever.
It's the comedy version.
You know what? When I heard Abby Normal, you want to know what I thought of? NCIS Abby.
Well, that's what I thought at first too. And then
Abby
when he
Normal.
said Young Frankenstein,
Because
and
that's
it's Igor,
you know.
not Igor.
Yeah.
Igor, not Igor. Well, yeah,
Yeah,
Igor,
that's what it was in that
IGOR, not
movie.
Walk
EGOR.
This way.
WOK.
Punch back.
You,
Walk this way, son.
you look just like that Igor. You look just like that Igor.
No, not quite.
Just need to put that little hump in your back there just right. Oh, and remember, it moves from the left to the right once in a while too.
Yes, it does.
It doesn't always stay in one spot, you know.
Okay.
If he keeps falling on ice, he's going to be.
Falling on ice. How
Have
many
you
times
fallen
have
on
you
ice
fallen?
anytime recently?
Yeah, I actually have.
Yeah,
Oh.
twice.
Since the last time?
Yes, I have.
Yeah, at the gas station.
I was at the gas
That
station.
explains
putting
a
fuel-
lot.
I was putting fuel in the truck.
That explains a lot.
I went to
It
get
really
back in the
does.
truck. My foot slipped out from under me,
And went up
and-
the gas.
and then both feet slipped out, and I'm grabbing like this inside the truck trying to grab stuff.
I wish I was
And I
there with
broke-
a camera.
I broke this nail, I broke this nail, and I broke this nail.
Did you cry like a little bitch?
No.
Because you broke a nail?
No, I didn't cry like a little
nail!
bitch. I got up and fucking cussed like a sailor.
How does the sailor cuss?
A lot of different.
A lot of very colorful words.
Okay.
In other words, if he'd be singing, he'd be going bleep bleep. Yep.
What the hell is that I hear?
I,
Sounds
I,
like a
I don't
cat.
want that bleep.
That's because you're
I
hearing.
didn't unplug the one
He
headset.
didn't unplug his headset.
Oh, I'm hearing it through his headset too.
Yes.
Well, not anymore. I unplugged it.
So we're hearing 4 or 5 times going
Yeah.
through.
Yeah.
It's not like the echo in your head or the voices in your head that talk to you. Oh, wait,
That's
that's
what
me
makes
that's
it
got the
insane.
voices in their head, don't they?
Well, I do have the voice. I have voices too.
You know. They come
They
up
tell
with
me
they,
things.
they, they tell me things too. They come up with some pretty good shit too.
Mhm.
It's too bad most of it's illegal.
Oh, your brother's got some fucking just off the wall posting.
Which
shit.
one? You know, I got 2 brothers now. I talked to the other one, but I know you're talking about Dwayne.
Oh, considering the fact
Alan's
he
postings
posted,
are more about them losing their visa and
well,
their passports
Dwayne
getting stolen
posted
and all that
recently.
shit.
He posted a picture of something about kids watching horror movies, and it's a picture of a Barbie doll with a fucking nail sticking through it and blood coming out of its mouth.
Oh, that's pretty pathetic. That's where my kids got all their sadistic thoughts from.
Nice.
Was their uncle? I mean, he's one sadistic
From
fuck.
him or scary movies
Both.
that you let him watch?
Both. Well, shit, my kids weren't afraid to watch scary movies. You know, my wife is though. She won't watch them even with me.
No.
Some of them are good. Some of them are crap. You know,
Well, yeah, but you know, let's not get into that.
there's a
topic.
few of them. There's a few of them that will go way too far.
No, not just way too far, but then they take their sequels too far, and then Hollywood decides to remake them and not keep them to the originals, or they decide to change them way
Well,
too
it's not,
much.
I'm not saying too far as in going
Yeah, you're
too many
going,
sequels. I
too-
mean going too far as in like Human Centipede.
or yeah, stuff that's
Yeah,
unbelievable.
that's
Stuff that's like,
You know, if I want to watch a
can you
horror movie,
truly can you truly comprehend something
yeah,
like
like
that?
I said, if I want to watch
People
if
have
I'm gonna watch a
warped
horror
minds.
movie, I want to be able to, I want it to be at least believable. You know,
Never know. Human Centipede might be something
but
that
then
happened.
again, I mean, do you really believe that somebody like Jason can't be killed, or Michael Myers
Well,
can't be killed?
Think of
I
it
mean,
this
look how
way.
many times they've resurrected the son of a bitches.
You can,
or Freddy.
kind of think of it in this way, though. The ideas that are put forward in these sci-fi scary movies, isn't it kind of strange that they've actually come about? that people think these things? Doesn't that kind of disturb you a little bit
No, I'm already
to
disturbed.
believe that people out there actually think this stuff up? Like the Saw movie.
You'd be surprised the kind of shit I used to come up with when I was a kid, though, or as an adult. And if I was
Like
a
the
genius
Saw
enough,
movie.
I might have came up with one of these fucking movies.
Look at the Saw. Look at Saw movies.
You know, some of it's based on.
Okay.
Some of it's got to be based on something
All
that
right.
happened or some event that happened, and they just
The
stretch the truth about
here's
it.
the thing on the first one. He's got an ankle cuff that's cuffed to the fucking wall, and all he can get his hands on is a hacksaw,
And
and he's got a certain amount of time that either he cuts his foot off or he dies. That's it. What's
Yeah,
more
but
important to you,
think
your
about
foot or
this,
your
though.
life?
What would you do if you were put in that situation? Would you sit there and die and wither away of starvation and dehydration, which is long and painful, or cut your leg off and have a chance of fucking escaping and living?
Yeah.
You know, and then okay, so you're without your foot, but
Or you
You
got
can live
this
without
one.
your foot.
Here's another one from one of the Saw movies.
I mean,
They take a fucking trap, okay, one of those spring-loaded traps,
like a bear trap.
and it's open.
Yeah.
And it's put around the neck of the person, so the jaws are resting on the shoulder.
Oh.
Now, it's locked in place. You can unlock it if you kill the person next to you to get the key. That's the only way you're going to get free.
Yeah, see,
But you
now-
have a certain amount of time to make that decision.
That's-
Otherwise, the spring goes off and it
Now-
claps around your head, squishing your head
now that's the type of those
and
sadistic.
killing you.
That sounds like some of those sadistic fuckers that go out
That's-
and kidnap those
That's
people
the shit that's in the
and
Saw
lock
movies.
them up in the fucking basements and shit like
Yeah,
that.
that's the
forever.
kind of shit that's
And
in
then
those
they
Saw
sit
movies.
there and torture them. Well, that's pretty sadistic. Well,
Now,
I've never
in a
watched
way,
the Saw
that can be
movies.
now. In a way, this can all be tied into our unexplained paranormal shit because
Yeah.
there are people out there that have these kind of ideas.
Yeah, and they played them
Well,
out.
And
I
there
mean,
are people out here.
Worse. It just gives them more people.
But that's the problem when they put them in the movies like that, and they show them in these horror type movies. That just puts more of those ideas in those people's heads.
Exactly.
It's kind of
Makes
like
it more
in Silence of the Lamb.
Yeah.
Billy, he kidnaps the women, puts them in the pit,
and he cuts their skin
and
off.
he makes them put lotion on their skin until it's nice and soft, and then he kills them and
Well, now
skins
see
them,
that whole
and then
idea.
uses their skin and wears it.
Now that whole idea.
That's kind of like a game thing.
That whole idea from that story was taken
Yes.
from
the
our
Ed Gein.
Plainsville murderer up there. You here in
I know it
Wisconsin.
was, but that's my
No.
point.
Right.
Okay,
But also
That's the kind
Psycho
of
was
shit what I'm
based on
talking
him.
about.
Psycho was based on him. Leatherface
but
was
the
based
thing
on
is,
him.
that's what I'm trying to get at. Okay, it still
Well, yeah,
kind of
some of those are based on
It
reality.
still kind of fits in our profile
because people
because
sit
there
there-
are so many sick people out there. Okay, look at Ted Bundy for instance.
somebody got something to say.
No, you can finish your thought.
Well, no, look at Ted Bundy for instance. Okay, Ted Bundy. He was a serial killer, but the problem is the thing that was his issue is he could not get off on a woman, a live woman. He had to kidnap and kill them before he raped them.
Yeah.
That is another sick, unexplained part of the human psyche.
Well, right. I'm just saying.
Doesn't it make you wonder where these people started this bullshit in their head?
Voices. They're probably
And I
psychotic.
look
They're-
at Jeff Dahmer. Do you remember when they
Yeah.
Psychotic
remember when they
or
interviewed his parents?
paranoid
His
schizophrenics,
dad was
you
crying
know,
because he
and
couldn't understand why his son turned out the way he did.
they don't get help. They
never
don't get.
raised him that
They don't
way.
get caught. They start doing it. They say, okay, let me try this. They see it on TV and say it, and they don't get caught because they get away with it.
And you want to know where it all starts? It starts in the youth and abusing of animals. Some of it does.
And
Yeah,
that's what he did.
Sometimes doesn't it also have to be some like traumatic experience?
No,
Sometimes.
not necessarily.
Not necessarily.
Well,
It doesn't necessarily have to be a traumatic
It varies.
experience that triggers any of this. This shit is this is something that's a lot of them are born with, and it's not analyzable at the time. They don't understand what causes
Well, you don't see
all
the
this.
signs of it because they're so good at masking it.
Well, that's the problem.
That's
They-
just it.
They learn when they're younger with
Yeah.
the mutilation and abuse of animals. That's where a lot of it starts.
Right.
They actually find pleasure in abusing and mutilating animals.
Well, some of it doesn't always start with animals.
No, it doesn't. No, I agree. It
You
doesn't.
know, some of them started by killing their own mother because they abused them, or you know,
Well, that's what I mean by
because
by
there was
traumatic,
a serial killer.
by
He started-
traumatic events that start in their
Right.
youth, like abuse.
There was a serial killer that traced back to his first kill was his mother,
Because she abused
and
them.
they found her buried in their backyard.
That's that's
And
fine. But
they
the whole
always
thing
thought
is,
because she was,
but here's the
but
thing.
they always
Here's the
thought.
thing.
Wait, hold on.
Was she abusing him?
That's what I was getting to. The reason he didn't get caught was because they always thought, and this could have been an NCIS thing, but a lot of that NCIS stuff is taken from reality, real cases. Okay, but he always thought that the law enforcement of that area always thought that she just up and disappeared because she was a prostitute, a drug fiend, coke addict or
Yeah.
whatever, and so on and so forth. And they think that she just up and disappeared. So
But also look at
they
at this
didn't even
too.
think to
During
look
their
into
pregnancy,
any foul play. And that's 9 times out of 10. And this is from a law enforcement point of perspective. This is how these serial killers get away with this for so long. Is the first kill is usually somebody that they chalk up as just gone missing because they're not, like their next victims, because their next victims are somebody that usually reminds them of the first kill, because that first kill was because this person was tormenting me as a child, and now I'm old enough and I'm going to get revenge. Now it's like every time I see somebody that reminds me of her, I'm going to go and do it again. And that's how it goes from there. So now that could be like a prominent person or a student, and they report her missing. See, nobody reports these people missing that are abusing these kids and turning them into serial killers, because they're usually prostitutes, whores, or they've got their own issues and their own luggage and stuff like this. So nobody thinks to turn them in missing.
let her.
Isn't that also like
her thing.
like what serial rapists? Because they had somebody rape them when they were younger.
Not always. Not always. That'll escalate from probably, some psychologists will tell you that escalates from them just watching porn or
Some yes, some no.
or
It
just
depends.
wanting to know what it's like and getting rejected all the time, or they just got rejected too much,
Well,
and then they go
Okay,
out on a killing
for an
spree
example,
because
with him
they
saying the
couldn't handle the
rejection part.
rejection.
There are people out there. There are guys out there that call themselves incels. Okay, it's called involuntary celibates.
Okay.
In other words, they feel that no matter what, they're always going to get rejected by the woman because, they're
Low
a mama's
self-esteem.
boy living in her basement and 300, 400 pounds.
Okay.
Okay, shit like that.
Or they got just poor
Or
self-esteem.
they just have an extremely low self-esteem and they don't feel like they're anybody in anybody's league.
We have a comment from
So they're going to wind up going out and they're going to wind up, forcing
Yeah.
themselves on a woman and
How
stuff.
many of you went to school with somebody who killed their whole family?
Not me.
Not me.
I did.
She did.
Wasn't until we're out of school. Killed his brother and his dad. They found their bodies up north when they went hunting. His mother was found dead in the backyard in their house. When he went to prison, he tried changing his name so nobody would know who he was.
But see, you
Everybody
can't.
pretty much knew who he was. Anyway.
But see, you
That's
can't.
all.
You couldn't predict that shit when you knew him, did you?
No.
See, it's like it's
How,
like
how
He
hard?
was
I mean,
very
what kind of
quiet
person
when
was
we
he?
went to school. Huh?
What kind of person was he?
He was very quiet. He never said anything bad to anybody in school. He was very smart,
That
very intelligent.
Well, see,
quiet.
That's
Those are
quiet,
the ones.
smart ones are the ones.
Those are ones you
watch
gotta worry
out
about,
for.
is because they're so
But
quiet.
see, that's the problem.
they're
Hold on.
unsociable.
There again, hang on.
Unsociable.
There again is the problem
Here-
because you're coming out directly. Boom, like right now. Them quiet, smart ones, you gotta watch out for them.
Well, actually, I can't
Them
say
the
that.
ones,
I can't
they're
say
the
that.
ones that
always.
gonna
I
snap
can't say that 'cause
someday.
I was quiet.
not always,
See,
but
the thing is, I was kind of the quiet,
And I
smart
was
one too.
unsociable.
Are you guys afraid of me?
yeah,
You think I'm gonna fucking
yeah,
snap?
I'm always afraid of you because I think
But-
you're gonna snap.
Andy's
You're a fucking
Andy's
psycho.
mother was known to be a
No,
nut.
I'm just kidding.
Remember that? Remember the mother who played on Carrie, Margaret White, nuts. You know, all
Yeah.
religious nuts. His mother was like that.
See,
So who knows what is? He lived in a house that looked like a purple pyramid.
Purple what?
Purple
It was
pyramid.
like a purple
but that's my
triangle.
point, though. You know, you can't always judge a person
Yeah.
by
Well,
the
no, you
fact that
can't,
they're
because
smart,
I was
that
just
they're
gonna say,
quiet,
you
or
know,
they're shy.
She triggered
Or-
a memory here when she asked that question. She triggered a memory here. I got into. You remember the story about when I got into that car accident in McFarland? My car flipped, and I told you about that.
Kind of, yeah.
All right, there was one of the passengers in that car. All right, his name was James Christ. Okay, literally that was his last name,
James
Christ.
Christ.
Okay, nice guy. I mean, he'd sit there and he's like real respectful. Like when he met my mother and stuff like this, real nice, respectful. He was like Linda, the woman that passed away. He was like her boyfriend at the time. And later, after all of this, okay, it was like 5, 6 years after the car accident and stuff. I'm sitting around watching the fucking news, and they were arresting him for killing the bartender owner of Pitcher's Pub. You know, and arresting him for it. And it's like,
That's something that can happen.
And I remember
mean-
when it happened, when it first started, when this whole story started. They had helicopters, news helicopters,
Yeah.
FBI or whatever the hell it was. They were flying around helicopters, looking, searching the area. Oh yeah, that's crazy.
But yeah, that's the whole thing. You know, it's just
He was in my class. He rode on my bus for many years. He sat with his brother because he always felt sorry for his brother. 'cause
and
his
just think,
brother
the whole
always
time he was
crying.
sitting next to you, he could have been planning this all out.
yeah, could have been.
Well, I'm just saying.
So
you
do you
know, that's a
guys
scary
know
thought.
how many actual movies are made? Horror movies are made from real life events.
Quite a few.
There's a few of them.
I'd
that
say,
are out
I'm
there.
gonna guess. I'm gonna guess.
51 of them.
Oh, I would have been low. I was gonna say
Well,
about
there is
25,
one.
30.
There is one. I don't know if you consider it a drama or a horror movie or what, but it's called The Girl Next Door,
That's not on
and
the list.
it's based on a true story.
Well, what movies are on that list?
This one girl, these two girls, their parents passed away, and the state put them in the custody of their aunt. Their aunt had boys. She had 3 boys, and the oldest girl, they constantly abused her.
No, it's like a
And I
Cinderella
mean
type story.
abused her. They locked her up in the basement. They tied her up, stripped her naked, left her to, and had other stupid shit. And the aunt always called her a whore.
Yeah.
She always talked about her as being a whore.
Well, that's the other
And
thing.
they let neighbor kids come in and rape her and stuff like that. It was really fucked up. It's a fucked up movie.
that kind of stuff.
This one
That
right here?
kind of stuff. When you get that kind of traumatic,
It's based on a true story.
when you get
This
that kind of
is-
traumatic abuse done to you, even if it's emotional abuse, and say not the, let's say even the rape didn't happen, but somebody's sitting there constantly calling you a
I
whore,
watched that
or
in
saying you're
class.
going to be just like your mother, for example, or something like that. That's
I
going
already
to
know
ruin
where
a
you're
kid.
going with that one.
Okay,
And
yeah,
that
I'm not
does ruin
gonna-
a kid. It does
you
ruin
know,
a child.
I mean,
Yeah, it does.
but then you know, that's just wrong. You know, I mean, just because they turn out that way, it's because they turned out that way is because they kept getting told that that's
Yeah.
the way they were going to get
Yeah.
turned out. You keep telling somebody that you're going to be just
Yeah,
like
it's one of the
somebody,
women.
it's going to happen.
Yeah.
You know,
It's based on a true
very
story.
rare.
Well, it's
There are very rare circumstances where somebody that gets told shit like this their entire life will turn out the total opposite. Okay, or disprove you. For example, me. You know, most of my life I got told I was going to be nothing like I was going to be just like my alcoholic father. Do I drink?
No.
Am I an alcoholic?
Nope.
Yeah.
No, you're a stoner.
But see, there's a big difference
I
there.
know.
I'm not going to destroy my life with alcohol. I'm not going to kill somebody by driving drunk on the fucking streets all the time.
No.
Or
I
I'm not
agree with
gonna
you on that.
I'm not gonna lose my cool and blow my temper up and hit somebody and regret it later.
No, how the fuck
You know?
can you lose your temper if you're a stoner?
But I'm just I'm trying to prove a
I've
point
never
here.
seen a
You
pissed
know,
off stoner.
they were sitting there all my life. You're gonna be just like your father. You look just like your father. You're gonna be just like your alcoholic father. You know.
No, you're not.
No.
And no,
I'm not-
and no,
I'm
and I,
nothing
I
like
don't.
my
I
old
don't
man.
believe in
You
saying
know.
that. To
I may
people.
I may
don't
look
believe
like
in-
my dad, but I'm
that
nothing like him.
I would
I have the
prefer-
morals he tried to. I have the morals in me, and I live by those rules that he tried to tell me that he lived by, and he broke probably just about every one on several occasions.
But the whole thing is with that is
Big fucking difference there.
I try not to be judgmental of people
I don't like stereotyping people
because
or
I would
judging
rather
people.
I would rather get to know the person and then judge them after.
I'm a pretty good judge of character. I can get to know you within the first 5 or 10 minutes or
Yeah,
so, and I give
pretty
you
much.
5 or 10 minutes. And I'll get a feeling or a vibe of whether I want to continue this conversation or just walk away,
Yeah.
and just say, okay, nice meeting you.
It's kind of like with,
I
with
don't
the
wanna
guy
talk
that
to
took
you
my
again.
position in in the bulk route at work.
Right.
If you met him within 5 minutes, you would fucking want to walk away from him. Either that, throw him under a
Well,
truck.
That's like her ex. You
Right.
know, I mean, I've met some ex-boyfriends and ex-husbands of women I've dated, and I've gotten along with them like we were best friends.
Mhm.
Okay. But this man, I didn't even have to meet, and within the first 2 minutes of him talking, I wanted to slap him, but shit splatters, and I didn't want to get anybody dirty around me. That day, we were in a kind of a nice little hotel, kind of auditorium type thing for her daughter's Barbizon debut. So, yeah, that was a long time ago.
Oh, he heard enough from my kids about this man.
But I mean, you get to know somebody's character too, and then you see them walking towards you, and just the way they're walking, and just the way they're kind of, you can kind of get a feeling and a vibe that you're not going to like the son of a bitch when he comes up
I
there.
know the person you're talking about, and I didn't need to even talk to him.
Right, that's what I'm basically saying. You can tell by the way he's
Well,
like walking.
we actually
Yeah,
have
I
somebody in
didn't
the room that
even
went to
know.
school with him.
Right, that
It wasn't
too.
really even the way he walked. It's just the whole thing is just his demeanor by what
By
I
what you
observed
heard from
within
his
30
kids.
seconds told me exactly what I needed to know.
Family or a really nice family,
Yeah,
and he's like the
he
odd
is
egg of the
nothing
family.
like his family.
So he's basically
He is
180.
he is the black sheep of the family.
Yeah,
Yeah, but sometimes there's
The
nothing
Bowies
wrong
are
with being the
nice
black
family.
sheep of the family, because I'm kind of like the black sheep of the
So am I.
Carvello family. I mean, half those people don't want to talk to me.
He does not
Sometimes
have
be
the
lucky
ethics
about
that his
that.
family had.
But I'm the
His
nicest.
family
I'm the
was
nicest asshole
hard
you'll ever want
workers.
to meet.
Him, he
Right?
was
Maybe the
one
second.
hard.
No, I'm the nicest asshole you'll ever want to meet.
Maybe the second.
My daughter wants to get me a shirt that says that. Well, my
No,
stepdaughter
no,
wants to get me a
no,
shirt
no,
that says that. But still,
You
that's
may
saying
be
something.
the second nicest asshole you'll ever
No, you're the
meet.
second
I'm the
nicest.
first
No, I'm the
first
first nicest asshole you
you'll
ever meet. I'm older than you, so shut the
Doesn't
fuck up.
matter.
Respect
Oh,
your elders.
boy. Oh boy.
So you were an asshole before me because you
That's
developed
right.
first in the fetus.
I'm more an experienced asshole than you. That's
You
right.
developed first in the womb, then, right?
That's right.
Is that what you're saying?
That's right.
It's like I said earlier.
I've been working
know
at
that
it
the
a lot
fetus-
longer than you.
Did you
At
know
least
that
3
that,
years,
that
2
the
years, or
fetus, the
whatever.
asshole, develops first?
That's right. Why do you think I'm this way?
Oh wow! You guys are so
So I wonder how many of these movies you guys have actually
Twisted.
seen.
We're assholes.
All right, here we go. She's going to read off some movies, and we tell her if we've seen them or not.
Okay. Okay.
The Afflicted.
No.
The Afflicted.
Now these are the horror
I
movies
may
that
have
are.
seen that
These
one.
are the horror
Horror
movies
movies
that are
from
based
real
on
life.
real life.
Yes.
I may have seen that one.
Okay.
If you had a description, I'd be able to tell
Never
you.
mind. Don't go into descriptions. Just keep going with titles.
Albino Farm.
No.
That one I don't have. I
An
haven't seen
American Haunting.
I've
it.
seen
Yep,
that.
seen that.
The Amityville.
Horror.
Yes.
I
Both
saw
of
that.
them.
But that actually
Yeah.
turned out to be
Yeah,
false.
hoax. That turned
Well,
out to be
there's
turned out to be a
there's
hoax.
there's a 1979
Yeah, but
one and
yeah, the
2005.
1979
it
is the
doesn't
original
matter.
one.
The whole thing turned out
Not
to be a fucking hoax.
Okay.
I mean, it was a true story. It was a true story. The couple really did exist in New York. They really
The
did
house
buy a house.
existed, everything else.
The house
The
existed,
thing that
but
didn't
the whole
exist
thing
was the fact that the paranormal activities that they claimed to have been
Didn't happen.
experiencing did not happen.
right.
Next.
They just wanted the publicity. It was all for publicity.
The Ensign's Woods.
The what?
Insidious Woods.
Insidious Woods.
Yeah.
Not that one.
Okay, keep going.
I haven't seen the Insidious Woods.
Angst.
Angst.
Thanks. No.
Angst.
Never heard of that one.
The Asino and Agora Tranoi.
Never heard of that
That
one.
would be a
either.
Mexican movie.
Must be.
Baby Blues.
Never heard that one.
That's something about the eyes, by the way.
Ain't that obvious? Anybody with common sense would know that, moron.
And I'm not certain I don't think I've seen that one.
Am I
But go
pissing
ahead.
you off of yet?
Bordella.
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 Bordella?
Whatever.
I think I might have seen that one.
I don't think so.
That's a Mexican one, by the way.
Bloody Wednesday.
No,
Bloody Wednesday.
I've heard of Bloody Valentine, but not Bloody Wednesday.
I'm not certain if
Maybe
I've seen that one
Valentine's
or
Day
not.
fell on a Wednesday.
I don't know.
There are some.
Bodum.
Huh?
Bodum.
No. Boy, these are some fucked up films.
Brotherhood of the Wolf.
Seen it.
Did you really?
Seen
I'm
it.
surprised I'd never heard of that one. Okay.
Coldfish.
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 Seen that one.
The Conjuring.
Seen
Seen
that
that
one.
one.
Heard that one.
The Conjuring, The Devil Made Me Do It, and The Conjuring 2.
I haven't,
I haven't seen
those.
either one of those two, but I've seen The Conjuring. I actually
the
have
first
The
one.
Conjuring on digital on my
Okay.
computer.
Next.
Deranged.
Deranged.
That's him. I see that every time he
Deranged.
comes over.
I don't think I've seen that one.
Evelenko.
No, that sounds Spanish.
Sounds like a
What's
foreign
down
film.
here?
Nothing.
Oh.
The Exorcism of Emily Rose.
Yep,
I've seen
seen
that.
it.
That's an old movie.
That's
That's
not
a
really
classic.
that old. It's
Well.
in the 70s, I think.
But still, it's a classic.
Hashtag horror.
No, that's more
horror.
of a
That must be
newer one. I haven't seen that one.
The Haunted.
Yep.
1991 film.
Might have seen that.
Sure, that one I believe has Lily Taylor in it and Owen, the funky nosed Owen guy.
Oh. Yeah.
The funky
nose.
The funky nose.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Owen Wilson.
I think a funky dude's thing is like,
Yeah,
you know,
he does. His
and Liam Neeson's in that.
He's got a nose like
He's the main.
Roach's nose.
The Haunting.
He's a good
That's
actor.
the one in here.
All right,
Wilson,
anyway.
bring it up.
It's
Yeah,
not
bring
the
it up.
Haunting, it's the Haunted.
Oh, the Haunted.
Owen
Okay,
Wilson's
maybe.
Wrong
actually-
film.
He's got a sinus infection.
Okay.
The Haunting
he's got
in
an ear
Connecticut.
infection,
Yeah, I've seen that
obviously.
The Haunting in Connecticut 2, Ghosts of Georgia.
one. Don't think I've seen that one.
The Haunting of Sharon Tate.
No,
No, I haven't seen that one, and I'm shocked I haven't seen that one because I'm such a Charles Manson fan. Since people say that I look like him,
Hoboken Hollow.
no,
No.
House on the Hill.
Yep, seen that one.
In the Light of the Moon.
no.
I think I've seen that one too.
Kemper, the Cold Ed Killer.
You know, they haven't named any of the ones that I would have suspected so
No,
far.
Me either.
Land of Canaan.
No.
The Legend of Lucy Keys.
That one sounds familiar.
Yeah, we might have seen this news story on something like that.
Lords of Chaos.
I don't believe I've heard of
I think
that
I've
one.
seen that one.
Manson
I've heard-
Family.
I've heard Lords of Flatbush, but
The
Lord of
Manson
the Flies.
Family.
the
The
Manson,
Manson family.
Well, see, some
Should've
of
been
those,
Manson family
some
murder.
of all right,
It's
some of
just
those,
the Manson
some of
family.
those Manson family movies, they stretch them so far that some of them don't
They
even.
claim to be
they claim
based
to
on
be based
true
on the
shit,
truth, but
and
they're
it's
not.
not.
They exaggerate them too much.
Okay.
So I probably didn't
They
watch them.
over-exaggerate.
Like that new movie, that newest one out there, something about Hollywood or whatever. It's got
Once Upon a Time,
Time
in
in
Hollywood.
Hollywood was supposed to.
Yeah.
I mean, it was advertised, and you thought it was going to be a lot about the Sharon Tate and Manson
No,
stuff.
because
But
remember
apparently,
what Tom
from
said
what I've
about that?
heard, it's
That was
not.
Tom that said that.
Right.
Tom and Molly. They said that Sharon Tate in the end of that one's still alive.
Yeah. So I mean, it was all an exaggeration of something. It was like a fantasy.
Basically, no.
So-
Basically, it's a movie based on what would
What
happen
if?
if it was in a
Yeah,
different,
a
what if,
fantasy.
or it's
What
from a
if?
different,
Yeah.
different
Dimension,
realm
and they
or
didn't
dimension.
kill him.
You know what
And they
happened in
didn't
this
kill him,
dimension
yeah.
is different from this dimension.
Right.
Anyway, go ahead.
Maya, 2015 Pakistani film.
Nope. That's why.
No,
My Friend Dahmer.
That was probably based on Jeffrey Dahmer.
that would have been based on Dahmer. Yeah, so
Prey.
I think I've seen
I
that one.
know that
Both
movie.
the
I know the
2007,
movie, but I don't. I've never seen it.
May have seen. I don't know. It sounds familiar. Prey sounds familiar.
Yeah,
Something
it
like,
sounds very familiar, but I don't believe I've seen that one.
The Right. And
Oh.
right is spelled R-I-T-E.
Yeah, I would figure that much.
Oh, you never know.
I don't know if I've seen that one.
I know movies pretty well. I mean, I don't
Roma
think it would be
Santa.
like- that sounds like a foreign
Roma
film.
Santa. That would be something like
That sounds foreign.
It is a foreign.
The Root is calculated.
So far, I haven't heard one title that, out of all those horror movies I've watched, that I believe that were based on some form of truth or some form of
Yeah,
serial
no,
killer
neither
are
have I.
listed.
And we're in the S's now.
The Sacrament.
I'm seriously wondering the validity,
Well, this
the
is from
Validity
Wikipedia.
of
the
This is from
validity of this list.
Wikipedia.
It's,
What do you
yeah, well,
expect?
Wikipedia fucking bites
The
because
Serpent and the Rainbow.
Seen that.
I mean,
That's actually pretty good.
you're in the S's. If this is
And
going
what is it
alpha,
about?
It
All right,
has
wait
to
a minute.
deal. Serpent in the Rainbow has to deal with a detective who is looking into a murder that is considered to be tied in with witchcraft or
right?
voodooism, and he gets during the movie and everything, he kind of gets turned into a zombie,
But if this is getting going
and he gets
alphabetically, what
buried
happened to
alive
Psycho?
with snakes and stuff. It's really fucked up. It's
Okay.
really fucked up.
You know what happened to the movie Psycho? That was supposedly based on the character was
Yeah,
based on a
Okay,
true.
We already went past Pete.
That's
the
what I'm saying.
Stepfather.
The Stepfather,
That
I've
was a
seen that
fucked
too.
up movie.
Yeah, that was a fucked up movie.
There is a secret in my soup.
Yeah. At least there's not a hair in your soup or a pubic hair in your soup.
There's a secret in my soup. It's called an eyeball.
Is it? It's called an eyeball.
It's an
Well, at least it's
My
not a
soup-
testicle.
Excuse me.
It'd be a real bitch if it was a
Waiter,
testicle.
waiter.
Waiter.
Wait, my soup is staring back at me.
Well, at least it's not sticking
Excuse
its
me,
tongue
waiter.
out at you.
I don't believe I can eat this. I don't like soup that looks at me when I'm trying to eat it.
The Untold.
Yeah, well,
What?
they're still trying to figure that
The
one out.
Untold.
The Untold.
Yeah, nobody's
I've
told that
never
story
heard
yet,
of
so it's yeah. All right.
The Watcher. When the Lights Went Out.
When the lights went out.
Now wait a minute. Hold up again. We went from S to W. What the fuck?
No,
What happened?
you had a T in there.
What happened to the
Ew.
Texas Chainsaw Massacre?
You had a
was
T that
alphabetical.
was in there and a U.
Leatherface was.
Alphabetical list.
These people. This list is fucked up.
You know, a
man.
T. There's a secret in my soup.
Okay.
Ooh,
It was staring
Winchester.
back at me.
The next one is Winchester.
Winchester. That I believe I have seen. I think it was about the Winchester Mystery House.
But still, this.
Wolf Creek and Wolf Creek 2. And
I've seen Wolf Creek, and that's an
Wolves at the
Australian
Door.
movie.
And Wolves at the Door.
Yeah.
I thought
Well,
The Exorcist
see,
was based
there's
on,
there's a lot of stuff that they
Yeah.
left out that basically,
Here we go. What's this one?
you know.
You know, I had a hell of a combination today. I took my water pill, and then I had like 4 or 5 cups of coffee.
Oh, so you're like zooming, right?
I gotta piss again.
Oh, it sucks to be you.
He had like 2 cups of coffee before while we were waiting.
When we were waiting for the kids,
Well,
I
I
had
tell
2
you what,
cups of coffee.
people, we're going to take a break. We'll come back again and go live again. So we'll take a break. Be
Fine,
sure to visit us.
we're gonna break in between here
Yeah.
because I gotta go
Be
piss
sure to
again.
visit us at www.utterlyinsaneproductions.com for all the links. And
Well,
don't
all you
forget
gotta
that.
do is turn around.
And don't forget that we're on. You can find our podcast in
Here.
audio format on iTunes.
Just look, okay? Just pay attention. I want you to go to this website.
And all the other popular podcast places. Yeah.
That website. You gotta go to that website.
Well, it's
Yes, sir.
also kind of like scrolling down in front of Tanya's computer too.
Right there.
Yeah, right there. Just that's all she's got to do is
It's over
right
here
there.
somewhere.
It's right there.
It's like right here.
Here.
Yeah, your hand's under it, but her
Here.
fingers above it. You gotta learn how to
Right here.
point to something that's not really there but is there.
Right here is the website.
Okay. All right, we need a break because we don't want Mark pissing his pants when he gets to laughing too hard. So we'll be back in a few.
All right, we're gonna take a break and we'll be back to see you guys in a little while.